Howdy, quick one for you today. The wonderful human being that is Marcus from Blanch Flower Guitars and Marcus Deluxe Pedal Boards, who now doesn't live too far from me, shot me a message and was like, "Oi, I've seen your trade up videos. I've got a guitar that I took in trade that you can have for the cause." And I was like, "Oh, that'd be cool." And he said his original plan was he was going to fix it up, just donate it to a kid. So I said, well, why don't we do that? If that was the plan for it, you haven't got the time to do it. He's busy with work and making his own guitars. I was like, I'll sort it out. So he's donated it. I'm going to sort it out, and then I'll phone up the lady that's the musical director from the First Light Festival that's local to here. She doesn't know it yet, but I'll give her a bell and see if she knows of a kid that needs one for Christmas. Today is the 20th of December, so it'd be nice if we could do this and get it in the hands of a kid for Christmas, wouldn't it? Which would be nice. So Marcus has kindly donated this Spear. I've forgotten the model number, something or other. No, it's a serial number. It's not a terrible guitar. I did look them up. I think he's like £450 new. Second hand, about £200. Yeah, it's a good guitar. Through body, or through neck. Maple mahogany neck construction, mahogany wings. There's a little bit of flame in it down there as well, which is quite nice. Sported birch, I would guess, top. Or half a top. But looks cool, doesn't it? Licensed Floyd that's set up and balanced nicely. I haven't actually looked at it yet. I went, "Are you right?" We had a coffee and just chatted about shit in the workshop. So this is the first time I've actually really properly looked at it. Bit of a ding in there, but you know, we're giving it away. Gift awesome mouse. So let's have a quick look over it, see what we need to do. There's a fair bit of relief in the neck, and the action of the nut's quite high, but I'm hoping if we straighten the neck out, that will come down a little bit, so I haven't got to do too much to it there, because I kind of need to turn this round rather quickly today with what I've got going on behind the scenes as well. So fingers crossed it doesn't need a lot of work. Just going through with the fret rocker. One little high spot there. Let's just mark them as we go. Let's just mark it as we go in case there's only a couple. So there's a few there, a few high frets, high spots. Now is it? I think maybe a gentle bit of persuasion. I hit it with a hammer, and they'll flatten up enough that I'm trying to avoid having to give it a fret level. It could do with a fret end dress. I haven't really got time, but I think I'm going to end up having to give it a fret level. Let's see if some persuasion brings them round. Did that one. Not that one. No. Fine, I'll do it properly. I'll move you over so you can see what I'm doing. Right then. You're balanced up there, and that is a really, really rickety camera tripod now. Right, let's see what's occurring. Righty tighty, fix your truss rod, or tighten your truss rod. A little setup tip, anything that's like neck through, kind of like a double cut body joint, 14, 16 radiuses, stuff like that, tend to like a flatter neck, like 9.5 or 7.25, 9s, 12s, you want a bit of relief in the neck. Flatter radiuses, you want a flatter neck. In my humble opinion, but does look like we're going to need to take some meat off at the end of that. I'm hoping there's a little shim under there because I can see a gap this headstock end, but it's tight down the other. So hopefully there's a shim under there we can take off. And then give it a quick fret level and all that sort of jazz. Right, I'll probably just speed this up and stick it in time lapse, because you don't want to watch me do a fret level, do you? Probably too late now, isn't it? Woo. That's what you want, nice and smooth. Did I not just get my fret? Ah, there it is. I'll see the wood for the trees. Now, if you've been paying attention, and anyone that does their own setups and whatnot, I do mine ever so slightly differently. I've worked out what works best for me and gives the best result for the customer. And I've done a lot of experimentation. I've gone through a lot of like shitty practice necks, and I've been doing this for a long time now. Like probably thousands of guitars now, without sounding too egotistical. Going across the fret gives a better finish when you're sanding. Taping the whole board and going backwards and forwards doesn't give you the greatest finish. There's still little scuffs, and the frets don't come up as shiny as they could do. And what I also found was your hand starts to fatigue like halfway down the neck. So by the time you get to the end, you're physically not able to put as much pressure on. If you're doing it as a hobby, happy days, you could spend 3 days doing a fret level. If you're doing it as a business and you've got 3 fret levels to do in a day, you need to be able to produce good, consistent, like high quality results. Like the first one needs to be as good as the last one of the day. You know, otherwise you're going to end up with a shitty reputation and all that sort of stuff. So the method I found is I clean the board, then I wax the board. I'm using very low tack rice paper tape, foam 600 grit pad, and then just a Dremel and some polishing compounds. I mean, this isn't a how-to video by any means. It's just if anyone's following along that knows about setups and might have a question. Done. Pull the tape off. It doesn't remove any of the wax or anything from the board, so it stays nice. So when you, like if you do the frets, get them all nicely polished, and then you oil the board, you knock a lot of the shine off the fret. So you've got to go back through and rebuff them. Whereas doing it like that, the frets polished up to the equivalent of using, going all through the micro meshes up to like 3000 grit and then auto sol and all that sort of stuff. So I've pulled the process down to 3 steps, and they're coming out just as good as spending like 5-10 minutes per fret. So again, whatever works for you. For me, giving the customer the best result and trying to earn a living out of it, this is the best way for me. Back to the music. Held this into the belt sander and just took a bunch off the bottom, sort of backwards and forwards a few times to get it where I need to be. There's no real easy way to do a Floyd nut. You just kind of have to sand the nut or sand the shelf it sits on, and just keep going backwards and forwards until you're at the rough point. You find it a lot with things, they've gone too far and then they just bang brass shims underneath it, and that's how they'll get around it. But let's get this strung back up. I'll pop you back into time lapse because you don't really need to see all that, do you? Get this thrown on, go through the setup, and then we shall reconvene at the end. We're done. I've got to be quick before the battery runs out. Done. Gave it a fret level, gone through it. It's not a bad guitar. You probably saw me in the time-lapse stuff. I had a bit of trouble with the string locks. Someone's gone and rounded off all the bits and pieces. I've since made an Allen key that fits, so I'll send that with the guitar. But at some point, they probably need changing, but giving the guitar away, innit? I phoned the lady that is the musical coordinator for the First Light Festival. She works with a lot of young children or neurodivergent kids from poorer backgrounds and stuff like that, and like music therapy and bits and pieces. She's going to talk to her colleagues and they're going to see which one is going to be best suited to the guitar. I've sent her some pictures and that, and said it's going to be more suited towards someone that wants to play metal. Yeah, you could probably play indie on it, but it's definitely got a metal vibe in it. Thanks to Marcus. Make sure you look below in the description, click on his pages, give him a follow. Yeah. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. Say hello to friends and family and that. Yeah, see you on the next one.